We're headed back to the sawmill. We're in White Lightning. We're gonna try to do some sawing today, and whatever I get sawed up, we're gonna try to haul back to the house. So it's not super wet, but it's not super dry either. So we'll see how she goes. She'll make it across the creek, up the hill. We made it. All right, we got the Woodland Mills HM 126 greased and gassed and coolant. I've got some logs loaded. We're going to saw these. So last week, my daughter was out of school for spring break. The week before that was her birthday. We've just been busy, hadn't posted a lot. And so I come back here one day last week to saw and to get ready to load some stuff, just I had a couple hours. And anyway, my saw messed up. Well, I thought it messed up, but it really just ran out of gas, so there you go. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. Stupid. And I bought the tractor back here, and so I was only able to load up these 3 logs. This one was already on here from before. But I did come back a couple days later and saw up the rest of them mostly. So once we get these sounded, once we get these run through the mill, hopefully it'll be pretty warm. We'll go back to the house. I bought the truck so I could take this lumber back. We'll go back to the house, get to 4,000, come back here, road and load a bunch of these logs up and run them through the mill. And hopefully get us caught up, because it's already past mid-May and we've got a bunch of trees to cut down, so we got to get on it. All right, well, we got through that log. It was a pretty good log, nice log. It ended up being about 8.5 by about 9 3/4. And what I need are some wider 1-bys to repair on the barn behind my house. When I got 6 of these done, I ended up with a board that was almost exactly 2 inches. And then the top had some wane on it. Anyway, I cut it into a 2x8. So I got one 8-foot 2x8, 6 8-foot 1x9s, 9 and such, and then a 2x2. So, which I use these too. I use these on the when I was working on the chicken house and stuff like that. I've actually used these a bunch, so I keep those. There's some more laying over there. Anyway, I'm babbling. I'm gonna cut the rest of these logs, and then by that time it should be warmed up enough. I'll go get to 4,000. We'll come back. We'll load the rest of them. All right, this is what we got. We got 1 2x8, 4 2x6s, a bunch of 1-bys, which is what I'm trying to cut. 1-bys, several 1-bys, and a 4x4. The 4x4 I use to stack. Cut it in like 4-foot lengths and stack. And that's it. It's empty. And it was 2.5 hours from the time I left the house to right now. So in 2.5 hours, I come up here, I gassed up the saw, got everything ready, cut all the logs, got them loaded up. I had to make a blade adjustment. I didn't change the blade, but I had to level the saw head. That took about 15 minutes. So not much time at all. Now I'm going back to the house. I'm gonna eat some lunch. I'm gonna bring the 4000 back here. We'll throw these in the spot over there. I've already got the boom pole hooked up on the back of it, 3-point. So we'll get the log tongs. We'll drag these logs up. I may have to do some cutting on there, I don't know. I've cut most of the way through, but I didn't have my cant hook. I don't know if you saw, if I put it in a video where I got it out of the back of the truck, because the set screw fell out that actually held the can onto the handle, the hook. So anyway, let's do that. This is a lot of work for one person, but it is what it is. Those two that I loaded on, panning real slow so nobody gets dizzy. Come from here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one didn't get quite cut through all the way. I gotta cut it. 5 more here, and then I gotta do something with that stack. Thank God for the timber jack. If it wasn't for that thing, jeez Louise, you don't even know. If you're out here by yourself and you ain't got one, get one. Now we've got to stack the lumber that is currently in the back of a truck here. And I've got to go cut some more stickers. And then we will stack it. I got 1x over there. I got 10 footers here. Some 2x6s and some 2x10s. These are all 8-foot 2x4s. And these are 8-foot 2x6s. So I gotta go cut some more stickers, and then we'll get to stacking. So these boards have been drying for several months. This one's got a pretty good bow in it. Some of these ones on top where they didn't have any weight on them are suspect. That's where they get some sun. I don't know what it gets now. I haven't been out here in 6-8 weeks. It's been 6 weeks since I saw lumber. So the 1x, they are what they are, and that stuff I'm gonna be using hopefully for my cabin build, because I don't know if you know this, but one of the prerequisites of buying a sawmill and putting videos of the sawmill on YouTube is you have to build a cabin. So that's what all this lumber is for. Most of this is for cabin build. So I'm getting close to having enough lumber to do that, except for the 1x for the siding and flooring and stuff, which I got to make a lot more of those. But anyway, let's get to stacking. Got the first row stacked of the new stuff. You know, I kind of keep track of it. That's a 4-foot by 8-foot. So when I'm trying to figure out how much I need, figuring out the size of my cabin, and I know each stack will roughly do 4 foot. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So that's roughly 24, feet of siding or flooring, whatever. Sorry, I'm trying to clean my glasses. And I'm brushing it off. So you gotta brush it, get all the sawdust off before you stack it. Anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, we got most of it stacked. I don't think I'm gonna put any more on that pile for now because I want to use these top boards, the ones I cut yesterday, for this, redoing some of this. And I'll use the other ones too. So I'll have to start another stack maybe right here. I kind of want to keep this middle open to allow access. So I may have to put some of this tin up to kind of keep the sun off of it. But anyway, that's gonna do it. So if you made it this far, I appreciate if you like, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. I said like, that's the same thing. A thumbs up is a, you know, this means, hey, good job. But anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. I got more saw milling videos. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, we're gonna get to repairing this. We'll go look at it right quick. So we got to redo some of the siding, of course, but we also got to redo some of the framing. This header is rotten. It's already gone right here, which has caused the lean-to come down on top of the post. This locust post is harder than a preacher's, you know what. So we got to replace those 2x4s, these, and some other stuff. I'm cutting some cedar posts. I'm gonna replace these with some cedar. That's what that is, cedar. This thing's been here since around 1960. The main part was here when my dad and my grandparents moved up here in 61. And then they added this lean-to onto it sometime in the early 60s. And then I added this one in probably 2014. And this came off the back porch of the old house. All this was the roof on the back porch of the old house. The 2x, the tin, purlins, everything. So anyway, I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.